Hello and Happy New Year. This is the December 2021 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. I'm Jeff Robinson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency of the Iowa Legislature. This video will cover Iowa net general fund revenue for the first 6 months of fiscal year 2022, and I will also discuss the state general fund revenue estimate changes approved at the December 2021 meeting of the Revenue Estimating Conference. December net general fund receipts, meaning gross receipts minus tax refunds, totaled $614 million, a decrease of $132 million compared to the previous December. However, there was an unresolved individual income tax deposit issue that remained in the state accounting records at the conclusion of November 2021, and that issue resulted in a negative $200 million transaction that took place December 2nd. This makes the December to December comparisons appear $200 million worse than was really the case. Adjusting for this unresolved accounting issue, December net revenue increased $68 million, or 9.1%. Net general fund receipts increased $255 million, which equates to 7.1% rate of growth. Unfortunately, whether looking at general fund receipts on a cash year basis, as is shown in the LSA Daily Receipts website, or on a fiscal year basis, as shown in this table, a recent change to state accounting methods makes the interpretation of general fund receipts and year-to-date growth problematic. Starting November 15th, the Department of Revenue is initially depositing significant amounts of revenue to a suspense or clearing account within the state general fund before allocating the deposits on later days to the proper accounts for the tax that was remitted by the taxpayer. This change is why the net insurance and other taxes line in this table shows an increase of almost $70 million through the end of December. The fiscal consequences of this change moves up and down on a day-to-day basis, as revenue is deposited to the suspense account and then later moved, for the most part, to general fund individual income and sales tax accounts. Further complicating interpretations, the department is also depositing motor fuel tax in this manner, money that is destined not for the state general fund, but for the road use tax fund. Over the 46 days this new accounting process has been in place, $78 million in fuel tax has been deposited to the state general fund and then moved to the road use tax fund at a later date. This new process hampers the ability to determine the current status of the individual revenue items within the state general fund, and the possible presence of motor fuel tax revenue within the general fund makes the interpretation of the overall status of the general fund much less precise on a day-to-day and month-end basis. The Revenue Estimating Conference met on December 13th and reviewed existing revenue estimates for fiscal years 2022 and 2023. Compared to the October estimates, the REC added $126 million to projected net revenue for fiscal year 2022 and $136 million for fiscal year 2023. Based on the December decisions, the revenue estimate for the current fiscal year, including transfer revenue, calls for a 3%, $260 million net revenue increase compared to fiscal year 21 revenue. Estimated net revenue growth for the year beginning July 1, 2022 is $150 million and 1.7%. The reduced projected rate of growth from fiscal year 22 to 23 includes the incorporation of an individual income tax rate reduction that begins January 1 of 2023, and the continued phase-out of the state inheritance tax. In summary, Iowa net general fund revenue continues to grow at a strong pace, with sales tax posting remarkable year-over-year gains. Corporate income tax growth has moderated but remains positive, while individual income tax produced a very modest gain, a gain that may be stronger once money held in the suspense account is properly allocated. The current rate of net revenue growth is above the rate established for the entire fiscal year at the December Revenue Estimating Conference meeting. Going forward, the fiscal year 2022 revenue stream will be negatively impacted by two forces. First, at 4%, the annual inflation indexation of Iowa individual income tax brackets was the largest bracket increase in at least 20 years. The indexation will lower effective income tax rates and should reduce tax year 2022 income tax by roughly 1.5 percentage points. This change will first appear in income tax withholding deposits at the end of fiscal year 2022. Second, the recent exceptional growth in sales tax revenue began in April of 2021, and without further stimulus, sales tax receipts should face negative comparisons beginning in April of 2022. I thank you for your time and your interest in Iowa General Fund revenue. Goodbye. Please check out the next monthly video memo to be released in early February.